Hey guys, I should probably be in bed, but I'm gonna pop in really quick from home. I just wanted to say that I've been sitting here not able to unglue myself from my spot on the couch, just reflecting on just how much I love and appreciate my work and the direction it's been taking and the depth and yeah, just the reverence that I feel for the work. Today I met with somebody who is a relatively new patient. It was a direct referral from a current client. And, we're still getting to know each other, getting acquainted to process and whatnot. And at the end today, we got to do, I call it the Sully move, regulating the nervous system using the visual field, the peripheral view specifically. And then from there, we did just a little bit of asana, nothing major. We did like a standing forward bend. And what else did we do? Oh, we did some lovely like opening the side body movements. And then I modeled the legs up the wall just to kind of think about a nuance there because it is something he uses in his practice. But we were talking specifically about arm placement and what, just kind of playing with that and seeing what the body would like to be doing in that space. So that was very fun. And then for my next patient, we did just mostly talk today, a lot of just processing. And then at the very end, we brought in a little bit of sound, and that was lovely. And then from there, my next patient, I thought we might do a little bit more resourcing today, maybe even a little bit of table work. But see, this is what I'm always talking about, you guys. Like, it's not about like what I think is going to happen. It's about what is the person coming in with and what does that person um what is that person needing or wanting or feeling inclined to receive that day. And so we ended up just doing a lot of processing, and then we did some beautiful self-holding. It was like a Levine hold, but instead of kind of using more of the Levine language, we went in and we did a little bit more of like a coherence language, but we used like the heart and gut together. So the one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly, a lot of deep, slow breathing and kind of like getting in tune with the body. And then I did a little bit of, just gentle infusion of some of the more salient content from today, just to kind of like reinforce what we had talked about and, instill like a sense of confidence and empowerment. And that seemed to be really well received by her system. And yeah, that's always a pleasure. Then from there, we actually had an in-person board meeting today. This is like a video diary, you guys. I'm sorry. I was 3 minutes and 33 seconds in when I said that. But anyway, I'm just gonna keep going because why not at this point? Um, so anyway, we had an in-person board meeting tonight for Western New York Comprehensive Care Center for Eating Disorders. And it was actually held at the new residential facility for the Healing Connection, Inc. It is a place where I used to work in the partial hospitalization program where we work on eating disorder treatment and recovery. So I still kind of carry on that work and yeah, embody that, not just through the work I do with individuals in my practice, but also in the community. I really enjoy and feel like it's a privilege and an honor really to sit on that board and be part of that good work. So we've got NEDA week coming up at the end of the month, and it's a very exciting time because we don't get a lot of action throughout the year, as you might imagine, as like a special organization working for treatment for, really I was saying to the CEO today of the Healing Connection, like it's a silent illness. Like people unfortunately, if you're not directly dealing with it, it's out of sight, out of mind a lot of times. And so NEDA Week is very important because it's National Eating Disorders Awareness Week. And we have a beautiful event coming up here in Rochester, New York. So if you're local, it will be held at REAC, which is down by Martin Luther King Jr. Park. It's where we do Party in the Park on Thursdays during the summertime. The REAC building is used by SUNY Brockport, and it's an educational facility. In that facility, we're going to have a day of entertainment and speakers, and there's going to be artists having vending tables there, and we're going to have the event catered. There will be food available. And so it's just a really nice opportunity to bring people together to support local artists, and then also be able to provide education and resources if they should happen to be struggling or know somebody who's struggling with an eating disorder, so that we can connect people to care and provide them with options for treatment. So it's very, very, very exciting, and I can't wait for that. But being able to go in person and see the new residential facility and sit with 3 other women from my board that I never get to see in person. So that was fun. Then I zipped back to the office. I had one more session to close out the night. And now, speaking of that, very cool happenstance here is that this is a patient where we've been working together for a very long time, and we're finally just starting to address issues around nourishment and body image. And these are things that she's been dealing with since pre-adolescence. There's been no, formal diagnosis or anything like that, but she really has been struggling for her whole life with very similar issues. And again, it feels like a privilege and an honor to be able to provide care and support where she can kind of name some of these patterns and these tendencies that have been with her for a very long time now, and to be able to find a lot more space, a lot more clarity, a lot more self-love. That was kind of like the theme of the hour tonight, talking about like just a greater embodiment of self-love, and how, at one point she was like, yeah, I can't even connect with the emotional impact and toll of that. She's like, I'm so far removed from that right now. And I was like, good. And she's like, yeah, that is good. Like, for real though, that's good. So yeah, it was a very fun day, and I did the same thing at work. I kind of just sat and hung out, and I didn't really like change the flowers, but I kind of like arranged them a little bit, and yeah, organized my office space a little bit. I really love it there. It's a beautiful little space. That's why I'm always posting from there. I think this is only the second video I've ever done from home. I'm just gonna bring it to a close because I realize we're up to time here. We're almost 9 minutes. Yeah, but when I get to talking about my work, I get really, really excited, and I'm a little looped out because I'm so tired. And it's been a long day, a very full, very good, very satisfying day. And I don't know if you guys can feel that, but my heart is kind of like going like this right now. Like it's almost like this like heart crescendo, and it feels really nice. So we'll end there. Thank you so much if you've listened to this whole thing, because at this point I'm curious if I've actually been rambling or if it's coherent. So thank you so much, and yeah, I can't wait to chime in again soon. Catch you guys on the flip side. So much love.